Welcome to PLUSone, the series where each month I look at the free games on PlayStation Plus and tell you if they're worth the download. After all, the games may be free, but your time is valuable. So valuable, in fact, that I'm working here on my birthday presenting today's game, Darksiders II Deathinitive Edition. This PS4 remaster of 2012's Darksiders 2 improves the visuals and lighting, as well as lumping in the game's DLC and implementing some balance tweaks. Before I go any further, do not be afraid by the number in the title. Although it is Darksiders 2, the game is not a direct sequel to the original Darksiders. Instead, it's a parallel sequel, and one that doesn't require you to play one beforehand. In this franchise, you take control of one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse in their quest to, ironically, save the world from the apocalypse. In one, you played as War, who was blamed for a catastrophe that led to heaven and hell fighting a bloody war that more or less destroyed the Earth. In the sequel, you're playing as his brother Death, who fights to prove War's innocence and undo that catastrophe. Yeah, I know it sounds confusing, but trust me, it works. Darksiders 2 is this unique hybrid of Zelda-style adventure games and the modern hack-and-slash action game. There are dozens of dungeons to explore, both small and large, and both mandatory and optional. Some of these focus on puzzles, while others are combat-based. The combat, even as somebody who usually doesn't care for this hack-and-slash style, is such a treat. Everything feels crisp and tight, and there are a huge variety of weapons and magic abilities for you to use. Defeating enemies will earn you experience, as well as often leading to money or even loot drops, which provide a sense of pride and accomplishment, as well as the actual loot itself, usually weapons or armor. For a good while, this was the kind of Zelda game I was really waiting for, the step forward in the series that I wanted, and it was available on a non-Nintendo system. And there's even wall running, and wall running is always cool. What more could I ask for? I'm not lying when I say this. Every time I go back to this game, even just in the opening hours, I repeat the same phrase over and over again. God, this game is so good! The gameplay is top-notch, with admittedly a few dips in quality as the adventure progresses. Even Death himself is great. He's so sassy at times, especially in some of the dialogue choices. I really love the world the game builds, the characters within, it's all, as I said a moment ago, good. The visuals have been improved significantly from the original game as well, especially in the lighting department. Death himself still looks odd, like a mid-80s manly man cartoon character for men. It's not a big deal, but his proportions were always a little bit wonky and never quite sat right with me. If you're a stickler for frame rate, you're only going to get 30 FPS here, but the game runs without any drops at all in my experience, which is a big leap forward from the original versions. Darksiders 2 will take up about 15 gigs on your hard drive, but this is the first game in a while that I can absolutely say you should plus one to your collection, no matter who you are. In my opinion, this is one of the best non-Zelda Zelda games ever released. The experience will easily run you 20 to 40 hours depending on how sucked in you get, and it's going to be fun for pretty much all of that time. If you're watching this video in 2018 or beyond and you can't get the game for free anymore, it runs anywhere from $20 to $30. And again, this is one of the first games in a while that I can say is absolutely worth that price. What do you think about Darksiders? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. If you want to find out if the other PS Plus games are worth a spot on your system, now including PSVR games, make sure to subscribe.